The stub in EIGRP, we call it a stub because we want some special peer message saying it has a stub so that there won't be unnecessary queries. That's the very important point. Unnecessary queries can be avoided by configuring stub. In EIGRP, we have stub connected, stub summary, stub static, stub receive only, and also we have one more, simply stub. When you simply configure stub, you're actually configuring connected and summary. Right. So the second and third together is what the first one. All right. Now, I'd like to take one more here. 2.2.2.1/32. All right. Shall we begin? Let's do it. I'll start configuring from router 2. Right, we don't want to configure any loopbacks on R1 because it's not necessary for this particular topic. Right. So I'm in R2. In R2, what do we need? I'll put in a notepad and paste it. Enable config t host name router 2 interface loopback 1 IP address 2.2.2.1 255.255.255 interface loopback 2 IP address 2.2.2.2 interface loopback 22 IP address is 22.22.22.22 interface Ethernet 0/0 10.12.0.2. Then we run EIGRP router EIGRP 1000 network 2.0.0.0 network no auto summary and write to memory. So this is what the configuration that goes on router 2. Do you have any question? Are you okay with this? Okay, router 2 is ready. Let's verify. Show IP EIGRP interfaces. I don't see Ethernet 00. Show IP interface brief. Why? Let's check the configuration. Okay, I did not include 10 here. That's why. You got it? Show IP EIGRP interface brief. Interface. Now you can see Ethernet 00. All right. Router 2 is done. Let's now do router 4. Router 4, I would like to have 4.4.4.4 here, and 44, 44, 44, 44 here, and 144, 144, 144 here. And on Ethernet 00, I'm going to have 34, 4. So this is going to be 4, 44. No, 144 is there, but we are not going to run EIGRP. The reason is I would like to have a static route from router 3. Hello, are you there? Okay. So this is it. No need of doing any more configuration. Got you? You got it? This is on router 4. Next. 2 is over, 4 is over, let's do 3. Router 3 will have 2 loopbacks. And Ethernet 00 will be 13.3. Ethernet 01 will be 34.3. So this is going to be 3, 33. That's all. This goes on router 3. So now you can see already the neighbor between 3 and 4 come up. You see that last slide? Okay, so if you finish router 1, then we can start talking about stub. Router 1, I don't have any loopbacks. Ethernet 00 will be 12, 1. Ethernet 01 will be 13, 1. All right. So we are expecting 2 EIGRP. Okay, one is with router 2, another is router 3. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, before configuring stub, I would like to show you the output. Show IP. Okay, one more thing. Let's finish this R3 static route. You remember, I told you we will have static route to it. So let's do it. Interface. To understand this fourth type here, stub static. Not okay. To understand this stub static. All right. IP route 144. Send the traffic to 144, 144. Send the traffic to 10.34.0.4. Now this, please pay attention. I'll go under router EIGRP 1000. Are you with me? Redistribute static metric some key values. Done. Now if you notice, one more thing I would like to do is, on router 2, I would like to summarize. On router 2, how many networks you have? Starting by 2 networks. 2 networks, how many you have? Hmm? Ah. Hmm. Interface Ethernet 0/0. I'm saying IP summary address for EIGRP 1000 to summarize like this. Okay. Okay. Now, you see, do you have connected networks? Of course. These are all connected networks, no? Do you have summary network? Yes. For 2 to 2, we have written summary, isn't it? Do we have static route redistributed into EIGRP? Yes, we have done it in R3. Okay, so it is time to now understand the stub. All right. See, in the real world, these are all the situations that you will have. You may have some static route redistributed. You may have some connected EIGRP running networks. You may be having the summary of EIGRP routes running in the routers, isn't it? These are all the ways. So we have created all those type. Now it's time to go and verify before configuring stuff. Show IP route EIGRP. See this very carefully. These are all the routes. Yeah, all right. And if you notice here, this is static redistributed, isn't it? External. This is summary coming from router 2. And these are connected to R3, and this is also connected to R2. Yes or no? They're all connected. Now, if I will configure stub connected on R3, assume I'm going to configure what? Stub connected. You know what will happen? I will only receive from R3, I'll receive only the connected. I won't be receiving these two. Why? These two are not connected to router 3. Do you agree? Also this one. These are not connected to R3, so these won't come. Okay, let me do one thing. I'll highlight. This will not come. It's in a low color. Okay. This won't come. This won't come. And this also won't come. Because these three, though I am receiving from router 3, these three are not connected to router 3. Shall we test it? I'm going to go to router 3. Router EIGRP 1000. EIGRP stub connected. After I say this, you see, it's resynchronizing. Right now, it is going to send update with some special information saying, I have only these networks. Don't ask me anything else. Let's see what it has told to R1. I'm using the same command show IP route EIGRP to show you the output is different now. What is removed, you should check. You see, you don't have 4, 4, 4, 4, 44, 44, and 144. Why? Because they are not connected network to R3. R3 is connected only to give connected. You understood? Now next. I'm also going to say stub summary. You got me what I'm saying? Stub summary, which means I'm going to configure stub summary on router 2. So I'll get only this one. I'll get it, but I will not get this 22. You understood? This 2.2.2.2, is it summarized? Yes. This 2.0.0.0 is a summary of these two networks, isn't it? I'll get that one, but I won't get this 22. I won't get this 22 after. Yeah, when I go to router 2 and say stub summary, it will advertise only the summary. Okay, let's go and do it. I'll go to router 2 and say, hey, exit router EIGRP 1000, EIGRP stub summary. You see, it will resynchronize with a special peer information. Now, if you go back to router 1, you see, you don't have 22 now. On router 3, you have said stub. No, let me finish. Okay, please go ahead. Okay, on router 3, we have configured stub connected. It shows only the connected. Because as an administrator, I very well know that there is no other network. Assume that there is no router 4. So because I know very well there is no other network other than connected, why should R1 unnecessarily query R3? So I'm telling to R3, better you say that you have no other network other than connected. So it was saying these are the network connected. Don't ask me anything. Secondly, when I go to router 2 and say stub summary, it is advertising only the summary because I do not want to advertise any other connected networks. So I said the information what I want to say, and also I have said don't ask me anything other than this summary. So query won't go asking for 22 network. Query won't go asking for 4.4.4 network. Why? Because router 2 and router 3 very clearly said this is what I can give you. Okay, ask your question now. No disturbance. See, only the routing table will get resynchronized. You will never see when I configure. Do you see neighbor going down? Peer is changing. Okay, of course, a slight disturbance will be there only for the first time. It is not going down because of query. No. It is not because of query did not get answered. If query did not get answered, we call it a stuck in active. That is 3 minutes. That is different story. This is just only the configuration time, not during the production time. This is configuration time. This is okay. But when a network goes down, it is not going to go down because there won't be any query. Even if it queries, it will query only what router 2 and router 3 knows. It won't query anything other than that. So there is no disturbance. Now let us go back and check R1. See, you lost the 22 because the 22 is R2's connected network. You have asked only to give summary in R2. It provides only summary. Now let me remove this again. I have removed this. I will also remove from router 3. Now if you go back to R1, you should get everything back like before. Now what I want is, I do not want both, sorry, I want both summary and connected from R2 or R3. Okay, let's do one thing. We'll do summarization on R3 so that I can easily teach this. On R3, I'm going to say interface Ethernet 0/0 IP summary address 3.3.0.0 EIGRP 1000. Now, if you go back to router 1 and check, you will have a summary route. You see, this is a summary route, isn't it? So from router 3, you are getting summary route. From router 3, you are getting summary route, connected route, also the route learned from other router 4. You got it? I do not want this. I want this and this. What should I do? Simple. Enable this first one. Stub. You understood? Let's go and check. Go to router 3 and say, that's it. After I do that, you can see router 1, it is not showing 4, 44, 44, and 144. Why? They are not connected nor summary, isn't it? They are neither connected nor summary. So if you simply say stub, it is both connected and summary. So how many type of stub you have seen so far? How many seen so far? No, we have only seen. No. Static is not done. We have seen only 3: stub, stub connected, and stub summary. You got it? Now let us assume I don't want this from router 3. I don't want this also from router 3. I don't want this also from router 3, but I want only this from router 3. You understood what I'm saying? I want only the static route that is redistributed into EIGRP. You got it? All other things, even router 3 should not give its own connected. It should not give. No. Yeah, correct. But it is given by whom? R3 only gives to R1, no? Hello? Yeah. Now I'm going to go to router 3 and say stub static so that the learned routes, the connected routes, the summary route, all will be filtered. Only the static route which is redistributed, advertised. You understood? Hmm. I'll go to router 3 and remove the old EIGRP stub. Now I'm going to say EIGRP stub static. Now my question is, will I be seeing 10.34 network in router 1? Answer. In R1's routing table, will I see 10.34? Why, sir? You should not see. Why? On R3, what did I configure? I configured only static. So R3 will advertise if there is any static route redistributed into EIGR. It won't even send its own connected. Let me show you. You see? What do you see? From router 3, what do you see? Nothing other than that static route which is redistributed. You got it? So you may have a situation like this where R3 should give you only those static routes, nothing else. You understood now? Yeah, yeah. Now, last thing is EIGRP stub receive only. When you configure receive only, what will happen? It will not even send this info. It will not send anything. You see, EIGRP stub receive. Now, if you go and check in R1, you don't see anything from R3. You got it? R3 will not send anything, but R3 will learn from R1. You see, R3 will learn. R3, go to R3. R3 is learning from R1 and R4. Learning is not a problem, but it won't give. Is that clear? Hello, thinking too much. Okay, that's all about EIGRP stub.